All right, what's up, everybody? Jason Moss here. We're going to be answering some real estate investor SEO questions in just a second. I'm waiting for this other feed to pop up here over on Facebook. So bear with me 1 second. All right, perfect. There we go. So it is up. All right. So yeah, Jason Moss here. I'm going to be answering real estate investor SEO questions. I think we have 3, 6, 7 questions here today. So I try to do this every week, multiple times if possible, just because we have a lot of questions coming in on the daily across all of our different channels. And SEO is, I don't want to say it's hard because I feel like it's one at its easiest stage in a lot of years, based on what we're seeing and what we're doing. But there's a lot of noise out there. There's a lot of things that people complicate it with, so it can seem like it's harder than it is. Okay, but if you have an expert like myself that is in the weeds every single day, it does become easy. I can kind of see it, kind of like Neo in the Matrix. I can look through all the stuff that, the shiny objects that kind of distract you and whatnot, and tell you what's going to work, what's moving the needle. We can look across all of our different clients and tell you what is working and what's not. Okay. But let's get to these questions here. All right. Question number 1 is from Daniel. Is it worth paying for directory listings like Yelp or Angie's List for local backlinks? Well, first off, I guess I'm a little confused on that question because I don't think you have to pay for Yelp or Angie's List. I'm not super familiar with Angie's List, but I know you definitely don't have to pay for Yelp, but also those are not going to be local backlinks, okay? Because they're not from a local website. Those are from giant national directory style websites. They're not even niche relevant, okay? Yelp is just they handle any kind of company out there. Angie's List is the same way. It's a little bit more niche relevant, I guess you could say, because they do like home contractors, stuff like that. But it's not real estate niche, okay, related or relevant. All right. But I don't think you have to pay for either one of those. Maybe they've changed. Maybe I'm a little wrong on that. But a lot of time the Yelp listing or Angie's List can get created by itself, based on them crawling other data, stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, if you can get the links and you want to build those listings, those directory listings, that's perfectly fine. They're always going to help out a little bit, getting your name out there a little bit more. Yelp tend to rank high. You have to be a little careful with Yelp because they hide the rankings, or the reviews, I should say. So like if you get some negative reviews, they're going to show those negative reviews a lot higher than if you get a positive review. A lot of times you can have a ton of positive reviews and they completely hide them. And it's very, very annoying. They've wrecked a lot of businesses. And then they eventually say, oh, you have to pay for our service for us to show your good reviews, which is blackmail. It's horrible. It's a horrible business practice. They've been sued for it many, many times, and they always win because at the end of the day, Yelp is their platform. It's their website. They can do what they want. So you have to be careful with Yelp, but bottom line is I don't think you have to pay for any of them, and they're not local backlinks. Okay. Moving on. All right. Next question from Chloe. Hey, Jason, are you going to be running a Black Friday deal on your link service? Yes, Chloe. I have not announced that yet, but yes, I guess you could consider this to be the announcement right now. But yeah, I'll have a deal on our backlinks, like the relevant backlinks, the niche relevant backlinks. It'll be like a limited time deal, but yeah, we plan on running a Black Friday deal. Maybe it'll be launched here, or excuse me, announced. I don't know, maybe within a week or so. So we'll kind of see exactly how it gets rolled out. Okay, but yeah, there will be a deal, Chloe. Next question from Jackson. What's the easiest way to create a sitemap and submit it to Google Search Console? So it depends on what platform you're on, but there, like if you're on a standalone WordPress site, there's plenty of plugins like Rank Math and Yoast that can create a sitemap for you, and then you can just stick that in Google Search Console. But I believe on a Carrot website, if you go up to the URL, I believe it's sitemap.xml. Let me see. Okay. So it's you can put sitemap.xml, but it's actually sitemap underscore index.xml, but it'll get you to the same part. And so then you just copy this little part, and then inside Google Search Console, there's a whole sitemap area in there, and you can give them that little piece of the URL and submit it to Google, and Google will crawl it for you. So that's how you do that with your sitemap on Carrot websites. Okay, which most of you have a Carrot website. If you have a little bit of a different setup, like if you're on Wix or Squarespace or something like that, it might be a little bit different, but you can always just Google you can probably just Google like what is my XML, or excuse me, what is my sitemap URL on this platform, like on Wix or Squarespace or whatever platform you're on, and it'll help you out. It'll figure it out for you. Okay. But yeah, you do want to submit those in Google Search Console, because it does help out. Okay. Next question from Lily. Do you think Reddit posts can help with niche links for real estate investing? Do you think Reddit posts can help with niche links for real estate investing? Yeah, I mean, any kind of traffic that you get from Reddit is great. It can be a little difficult if you're kind of faking it, because Reddit people they can see right through anything, as far as like if you're trying to self promote or something like that. It's really got to be like an organic question. It can be very difficult. I haven't really messed with it too much because I know the uphill battle that it is. But if people are talking about your brand on Reddit, those posts can rank very well in Google, and obviously that traffic and those links can help out, especially if it is positive, that they're talking about you. Now, if it's bad reviews or something like that, that could be a little difficult, because that's obviously not going to be good. And those Reddit posts, I mean, if you go to Google right now, search just about anything, you're always going to see a Reddit post popping up. It's crazy. But yeah, those can definitely help with real estate investing, especially if you're talking about niche links, because Reddit itself is not a niche relevant website to real estate investing. But if it's on a niche relevant subreddit, like if it's a real estate investing subreddit, then yeah, I mean, that definitely helps even more, because you even have that in the URL from Reddit. So then you have like real estate investing in that URL. So then it becomes a little bit more niche relevant for you. Okay. At least on the page level, not on the domain level, but the page level is niche relevant. All right. Next question from Layla. How often should I update my content to keep it fresh for SEO? Well, it really depends. Like if you're ranking already, um, you don't really need to freshen it up. Now, if you have like old blog posts that used to rank number 1, number 2, number 3, and then you see these blog posts, now they're at like, 10, 15, 20, obviously something's not fresh anymore. Someone has outranked you for some reason. Okay. Because maybe it's backlinks that they got, or maybe it's just because your content is now a little outdated, and Google can tell that. I've had blog posts in the past where they used to rank number 1 for a lot of different keywords. And then I noticed like that company that I'm talking about, they've changed their product a little bit. So my post becomes not as relevant, because, it's not updated. I'm talking about things that they don't have, features and benefits that they no longer have, or they change, or their pricing has changed, something like that. And Google can tell that stuff. So you have to go in and you have to freshen up that blog post to get it back ranking. A lot of times it jumps right back up. Okay. But just like freshening up a city page or something like that, just to do it, I wouldn't necessarily recommend that unless it's not ranking well, or if maybe it has ranked well in the past and now it has slowly dwindled off. Okay, but that could just be because of backlinks that you're lacking. Someone's just outranked you or something like that. Um, but it just depends. You can always send your website to me and I could take a look at it. I could do an audit on it and kind of see if maybe it does need to be freshened up or something like that. So hopefully that answers your question. But I wouldn't just update just to update unless you're doing like a complete rebuild of the website and that's what it calls for, right? But it's a good question. Next question from Gabriel. Should I be using alt text on my images, especially property photos? Yeah, it can't hurt. I mean, you always want to use alt text. Google likes it. Google wants to see it used, and it's just another easy spot that you can put in information. I like to make the alt text, some longer tail keywords just to get those, crawled by Google, of course. Google wants you to do like, family standing in front of home shouting. They want it to be very specific to what the image is, but I like to just use keywords, longer tail keywords. Maybe you can even do like a whole sentence and have your keyword in there. Bottom line is get your keywords in the alt text of the images. It does help out in the long run. It gets you looked at and seen, and associated with more keywords and entities and different items there, that are relevant to your niche. Okay, so yeah, use the alt text. And then last question from Zoe. Hey, what's the average cost for a good SEO audit from someone like you? Well, thank you. Appreciate that, Zoe. I don't have a cost with my SEO audits. So you can go to our website, mosstech.io, and you can submit your website. We'll do an SEO audit on it. I'll kind of run through it. I even do like an over the shoulder video for you, kind of a deep dive and tell you what's working, what's not working, where I think you could do better, that type of thing. And of course, if you want to dig a little deeper and want to, see what our services are and how we think we can help, I can always go over that with you. But, there are SEO audits out there that cost, $50, $200. I've seen audits cost $500. Just depends on who you're looking at, but we do them for free. We'd love to work with you and help you out, just trying to get your business back on track. So we'll take a look at the website and we can run through it, take a look at the backlinks, take a look at the on-page SEO, the branded SEO, see if you're ranking, see if your Google business profile's popping up, and try to take a look and see what's working and what's not working. So, Zoe, once again, you can go to our website, mosstech.io, and then you'll instantly see a button on there that has like a free SEO audit or something like that. We don't charge you anything for an SEO audit. So that's a good question though. And that is all that we have for today. I think I won't be here on a live tomorrow because I have an event tomorrow. But you should see me later this week because we do have more questions that I want to answer for you guys. Other than that, you can always leave a comment in whatever platform that you're watching this on, and I'll go back and I will answer those for you. So hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and hopefully this was helpful. Thanks, guys.